Good morning. Today we're going to plant into cover crops. We've had some cereal rye we put on corn stalks last year, and that's what we're going to do this year, is plant some beans into the cereal rye and standing corn stalks. So I already got Willie a little dusty here, but Willie's my partner today. And then we just got to do some vacuuming out the boxes. They're basically empty, but we're just going to get the last residual beans out because we're switching from an extend variety to and we'll be going to a Liberty variety. If you didn't notice, my phone took a spill in the wind there. So hopefully this is a better video. So there's 4 reasons we use cover crops. And everyone will talk about all this stuff, and we do it really for 4 reasons. First of all, the land we use it on is HEL, which that's the government saying highly erodible land. It's hilly farmland. So we try to no-till, and we try to use the cover crops to help with the erosion control. Then we'll also try to scavenge any nutrients we have. This is twofold. It helps maybe protect the water supplies, which we want, and we hope it scavenges all the nutrients up, and then when it dies and it decays, the plants, when they're doing pod fill or ear fill, get to use them nutrients for better yields. We use it for compaction. That'd be number 3. We find that when we use a cereal rye and no-till, the ground is much more mellow, and it just seems to help with the compaction. And the last is we're hoping that it helps with weed control, and we've seen it does seem to help with weed control, or else we have a better spray program than everyone else. So that's the 4 reasons we use cover crops. It's not just so it looks neat planting into, we actually try to get something out of it. So I just got to finish vacuuming these boxes to make sure all the extend beans are out. It's basically empty, but it's real quick to vacuum the white out and switch. Increase population, then load the planter. We'll get going, and I'll take you into cab today as we're planting in these beans. These are a GT27 bean, so these will get sprayed with Roundup and Liberty later. And I will be able to take more videos in the tractor because this field's a little straighter. So that last field, we did do one cover crop field to extend beans on another part of the farm, but that field is very hard to make videos at because it turns a lot and it's just not a very well laid out field. So come along and we'll take some videos, and this will be the cover crop planting day, and I hope the last day of planting beans. Well, we're in the field here, and we just need to get the planter unfolded and loaded up the rest of the way. So here we are. So here we are at the planter. How easy is it to unfold? Let's go do it. And that is how you do it. Quick and easy. Now, who would leave that on the edge of the field? Oh wait, I think there was some yahoo cleaning up trees here, and that one fell the wrong way and they were tired. But don't fear. Look, there's a chainsaw attached. We got this covered. Let's sew those ends back. We made 2 passes around the field. There's 3 fingers I'll clean up later, but those are 2 passes. So we ended up putting 12 more bags that we have all the seed we need for this field. And there's the rye. There's a fully loaded planter. And once I get the autoser on, I'll let you see how this works in the rye. But right now it's doing really well. A little drier than I thought it'd be. It stands a little thin by the field entrance. When we get out there, it gets a little thicker. Okay, so here we are going through the rye. Just no-till into the rye. It's a little early, but you know, the conditions are really good. This is the earliest we've planted beans. It's May 1st today, and we will finish up on beans, and normally we have not started. So it's getting just a little dry here in this part of Iowa, but right now we're still planting into moisture. There's a screen. We're going to let it go straight through in this pass, just to give you an idea of this field. There is 3 fingers on this field I did plant into. One of them was by that tree you saw me trim up. Well, actually you just saw it there, you didn't see me trim up. So let's give you an idea what this looks like. There's the rye there. If we do it all right, which is not all the time, the row unit is between the stalks. Sometimes it gets on top. I have decided I need to make a guard for the Agleader modules. Actually, I think I'm going to move them and make a guard. I had to make a cheap little guard over there for the row clutches, which you can see it right now. The right side of the planter is turned off. The left side's still planted because it sees there's 1 or 2 rows that it has to plant yet. But those are the row clutches there. They were just getting beat to crap on this other field, this strip till corn we did. So I just had a few of that piece of the metal and made some protectors for each row clutches. This planter can only turn off half of the planter, 6 rows at a time. We're going to try to get liquid on it for next year. We'll see what happens. I think I need to put a little more ballast on the tractor when I do that, especially in the front. So we're going fairly slow, 4.2, not the fastest, but you know what? Normally we go, the next gear would give us 5 miles an hour at this RPM. So we did a little tile work. I don't know if you can see those 2 tile lines over there. Not the green. I don't know why. For some reason we don't have very good cereal right here, so I either ran out or it didn't grow. I will have to look into that. But there's some over there. Now on this Jeep, there's a few things I gotta do a little different on here because it doesn't always turn off. I want to get a foot switch for the auto steer, and then I got H3 here programmed for the RPM. So when I get to the end, I can push that and it'll RPM down. And the implement switch they had for the GPS, which it didn't fit the white 6000. They had it on the wrong one. So this thing always thinks the planner is down. So you're seeing me. I will try to take a video of this if I can. Let's see. So here we're to the back. I'm going to turn that off. I'll hit this. I'll turn the GPS off, and I'll raise it up. Put it on the hands. You see it's down. And I'll go ahead and hit this. Turn it on. Let's go ahead and hit H3. Lower the planner. Well, that was harder than I thought with one hand. And then you can see the planner started. So that's what we do. When I have it in 2C, there's no reason to gear down a turn. Sometimes when I'm in 2D at 5 miles an hour, I will downshift 1, 2. I'm just in the stock here. I want to kind of see how it does, and it's closing and opening real nice. It's not a very big field, so we're just going to go a little slower today. You know, and talking about planner speed, with the sprockets I have it set on right now, which is pretty high, it's saying the maximum speed I can go with this old white planner is 6 miles an hour. When I was doing corn and the other beans at a little lower population, it said I could have went as fast as 7 miles an hour. So everyone talks about these high-speed 10-mile-an-hour planners. I don't know. Being a no-till guy, none of my fields I feel are smooth enough to go that fast. And there you can see how it's doing. Even without the rye, it does just fine. This field is this is only the 3rd year I've planted this field. Last year it was corn, and it did okay. Where it did good, it did very good. Where it did bad, it did very bad. Because we had I call it a racehorse hybrid that doesn't like wet feet, and this field had a few wet spots. But what was good, we put chicken litter and a little anhydrous on, and it was really good. So it was one of those Jekyll and Hyde fields. So hopefully we get a little kickback from the chicken litter year 2 on the beans, and we'll see what happens. So I'll just let you listen to the machine for a little bit and see how it's going, and hopefully you like the video. Quick note on these beans, these are Mershman GT 2.5 beans. I actually was going to put them in a field last year. We switched to corn because it started pre-selling when the prices were good and beans are really low. So I did a germ test. I will insert the picture of the germ test here. And to tell you about that germ test, all we did is we took some out in the basement, made a wet paper towel, and I counted 50 seeds out randomly, and I think all but 1 or 2 of them grew. So we did pump up the population slightly, and also I had a little extra because we're only going to do about 30 acres of these, and I had about 38 acres worth. So again, hope you enjoy it. I got to turn around, I'll get more video for you. I'll tell you a little about the tractor. I call this a little tractor that thinks it can. It's a Massey Ferguson 5612 SL. Still in production, but in production as a it's a 5712 SL. I'm an idiot. Don't agree with me. But they still make this one as a 5712S. There's also a 5713S. It's 120 gross horsepower. It's rated for 95 at the PTO. When you put it in a dyno, it consists, even the plate says it makes 112 horsepower in the dyno. So it's about as big as a planter we can pull. White recommends no less than 100. We are actually going to make this into a 5713 after this year because we want to pull some fertilizer with this. I don't have any power problems, but I don't want to have it not have problems. So we'll add 4,000 pounds plus on the planter with UAN and all that. So we want to make sure we have enough power. So hopefully this is the last year you don't see this liquid. And just to show you the field again, I'm almost ready to go through there. I got my cooler down here, and this is my pitcher so I can get beer because they sell it by the pitcher now because the bars are closed. No, I just use this when the seed doesn't work out very well. So there's where the rider's real good. And like I said, I don't know why this. Actually, I think it clogged because looking here, it's really thick. And then there, I do remember stopping there, so I must have ran out and not realized it. That's probably what this is here. So this is probably operator error when we're in the county spreader. So. You can see it does just as good going to the bare stalks. Now these row cleaners are set pretty aggressive where I disc this tile line down. I wouldn't run them this aggressive if it was tiled, but since most of the field is bare corn stalks, we have to run them fairly aggressive up here. These are screw adjust, no air pressure, no nothing fancy like that. You can see it's doing real well. Turn around again and give you a little more video. Now you can see there's where a tile line went, and there's where a tile line went. And that tile just runs back, then curves to the right of the screen and exits down there where there's a fiber optic notification line. The tile guy actually cut that when we did this field. I had about 30 cars show up. It was old marked. My tile guy always takes pictures of the old clear. It's an old tile line that was put without a tracer, so they just got hooked up and left, and apparently everyone was happy to a degree. That was one of those dupe moments. Not me. I don't do tiling. I just pay for it. I can't explain to you how much easier this is to plant a field shaped like this with the auto steer and the row clutches being automatic. So I'm as happy as I don't know. I just love it. So I'll just leave it at that because I can't think of a metaphor that's probably family friendly. So and this is what it is really nice. We'll come up here where we meet this, and the row clutch will turn off. We'll actually finish this left side of the field doing right now before we go on to that, because then we can work around a circle and do all the odds and ends. Left side's off. Right side just went off. Now you can see we got one finger filled in. There's the corner. Look at that. Somebody cleaned that with a chainsaw so I could plant. That's awfully nice of them. That would be me, by the way. We'll go up here. We got some of the lines. We'll fill in that. And we got one more finger to do over there. Sorry about the camera swing. There's the final field. You can see I had filled in those 3 fingers, the 2 on the top right and 1 on the bottom center. We just got to fold it up. We got 2 small fields left. We got about a 15 acre field, and then we got a little 3 acre patch, and we actually call it the patch in the monitor. So then we are done planting for the year, barring any replant. Thank you for watching. Like it if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you much. last video for you here to close this one out. I know I said goodbye, but you know what? I had my marker out and it was about the same. So this rye was planted about 10 days earlier than that last field. You can see it's doing a fine job still. A little more growth. Like I said, this is about this or about another week is where I like to terminate the rye. I like to get a little stalk so it lays down and gets good mulch or mat for the beans to come up in. Still doing real good. You can see looking at that sun, there's no way I could keep the row straight with a marker. So, like I said, this is another small field. These small fields are kind of fun for the fact that you get to try different things out. This is this might be our 4th year doing cover crops in front of beans, and I do really like it. I actually think it helps the yield. It seems like the beans grow up kind of tall when the rye's dying, then they bush out. But our cover crop beans have always done better side by side against our non-cover crop, so that's good. So signing out, and we'll see you next time. Might be crude, but it does work. That little guard I made for that for the row clutches. I'll make something better for next year. That was cheap, easy, and I didn't have a welder handy. So that's what I bolted on. I'm also going to make a guard for down there. We got some Agleader modules. Again, yeah, I can see that. Oh yeah.